Okay, today we're going to do 2-point perspective. And my advice for you, I urge you, do not watch this video. Okay, I'm going to mess this up. For sure, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. I can't do 2-point perspective. I'm only doing this for completion's sake so I can make a video for all our lessons. But you know what you should really do? Go onto YouTube and search for 2-point perspective, or drawing boxes in 2 points perspective, or drawing letters in 2-point perspective. There are real artists on there who can do a lot better job than I can. But if you want a comedy of errors, watch what I'm about to do. Now, people who aren't my students, don't watch this, okay? You're going to think badly of the Canadian school system. I'm a math teacher who has no art skills, and they've put this in the math curriculum. Okay, so what's 2-point perspective? It's a systematic way of drawing box-like objects or anything that can be logically arranged into a geometric grid-like structure. Wow. So yeah, it's a systematic way. I like that. So it involves logic to come up with, three-dimensional letters or houses, buildings, all that kind of stuff. Things that can be drawn in a grid-like structure. It uses 2 vanishing points. So remember, with 1-point perspective, there was only 1 vanishing point. Now you're going to have 2 of them. And you'll end up with an object that's viewed from the front edge or from the corner. And both vanishing points must be drawn on the same horizon line. All right, so we're going to draw a box in 2-point perspective. Oh gosh, here we go. Okay, so I got to start by drawing my horizon. There we go. Next, I need to draw 2 vanishing points. So I'll draw one over here. This is my left vanishing point. And over here, I've got my right vanishing point. All right, in my extensive research for this video, I found people do this slightly different. But one way I liked was someone who just drew some vertical lines, completely vertical, like this. Okay, we're going to erase them in a second, part of them, but we're going to start with that. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line from this left vanishing point that goes through just touches the top of this line and the bottom of this line. So it would go like that, and it would go like this. Now this line's actually not big enough because I want it to actually just touch that one. So I'm going to extend that one up to there, and I'm going to bring the bottom of that one up so it just goes to here. Okay, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 more lines that go from these 2 points to the right vanishing point. So from here to the right vanishing point, and from here to the right vanishing point. Okay, next I need to figure out how thick do I want this box here. So I can make it really thick and put it here. I'd put a vertical line right there. Or I could make it not as thick and move it up closer. I'll make it a little closer. I'll put my vertical line, perfectly vertical line, right there. Now, are you seeing my box showing up here? It's looking pretty good, right? Okay, the next thing I want to do is draw a line from my left vanishing point to that point right there, the bottom of that new vertical line I drew. And finally, I want to draw from the bottom of this vertical line over to the right vanishing point. And there it is. You can see my box. I'll clean this up in a second, but you can see my box there. Now, if you want to see the inside of the box, what you could also do, maybe I'll do this dotted. You could draw a line from the top of this line to here, and from the top of this one to the right vanishing point. Now, of course, we've got way too many lines and they're way too long. So the first thing I could actually do is take that line I just drew and bring it back so it goes to here. And I could take this one that I drew and bring it back to here. I could bring this one back to here. I mean, I'm basically erasing these bits, right? But it's faster for me to do it this way. But you go ahead and just erase on yours. And then there'd just be one more dotted line to draw, which would be from this corner, and it should match up perfectly with that. It's pretty close. It's not perfect. Now, that might look all weird to you, but if you get the idea that the dotted stuff's at the back, hopefully that makes sense. But let's just get rid of the dots because I think it makes it too confusing to actually picture properly. And there you go. There I have my box, and it's kind of like we're viewing it. It's kind of like we're looking at it right here, right? There's that front edge that we're looking at it, and then it's moving away from us there. Okay, so that's if it's above the horizon. I could also do it below the horizon. So I'll try to do this a little bit faster this time. So again, I start with 2 vertical lines. And I'll start over in the right one here. So I'm going to draw from the right one, just touching the top of this one and just touching the bottom of this one. Oh, I've messed up again. I need to extend the other one. And I can bring this down. Okay, now I need to draw lines from the bottom of this all the way to the left vanishing point and the top of this to the left vanishing point. I need to figure out how thick to make it. I'm going to make it really thick this time. I'm going to make it go all the way back to here. So then I'm going to draw a line from the top of this to the right vanishing point, and from the top of this one to the left vanishing point. And that's basically it. The only other thing I have to do is do my erasing. I'll do that quickly now. And there you go. I think I've done it right. Maybe not. By the way, if you want the dotted lines this time, I drew this vertical dotted line because you can't actually see that edge. This dotted line, if I extended it, goes all the way to the right vanishing point, and this dotted line, if I extended it, goes all the way to the left vanishing point. So now what we're going to do is basically take this sort of idea where you have the big long box like this, and we're going to draw block letters inside. So if you thought this was hard, and I did, then wait till we do the next challenge. And I definitely call it a challenge for me, that is. We're going to do challenge 2, which is to draw some letters in 2-point perspective. Okay, so we're going to start with our horizon. We're going to draw our 2 vanishing points. And I'm going to draw my vertical line just like I did before, but this time I'll actually draw my vertical line through the horizon. I'll show you that that'll work as well. Maybe I'll put a little bit off center. And here's my other vertical line. So now I can draw a line that just touches that first one at the top and just touches that one at the bottom. Clean this up a bit. And then draw from the top to the right vanishing point and the bottom to the right vanishing point. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting some letters along here, right? Whether it's like math or whatever I put. I'm not going to put 4 letters. I'll do 1, maybe 2 letters. Okay, so let's figure out how wide I'm going to make the letter. I'll make it go to here. So this is the section where I'm going to be drawing my letter right in here. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the horizon. I don't think I really need it anymore. So let's try making an F. So lines that you would normally draw horizontally. Like in the F, this is a horizontal line, right? But you're not going to draw it horizontally. It has to follow this line right here. So it looks something like this. I want it to be parallel with that. But my vertical lines are still vertical. Vertical line is always vertical. So there's my F. Now, for shading, I want to draw lines from this corner back to the vanishing point. So that'd be like that, but if I don't draw it the whole way, I can see it goes through right there. I know I'm cheating a little bit. I should use a ruler or something, right? And same with this one. I want it to go from here all the way back to there. But again, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I can see it goes right there. So that's basically it. I could do some shading here. And it looks something like that if you use the shading. Okay, let's do one more letter. So I'm going to put this letter in this box right here. And actually, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to make it quite so fat. I think it's going to help me show you something if I make it a little thinner, this F. So let's make it this thick. That looks better anyway. So let's try an N. Okay, I think that might be a horrible N, but you get the idea. So now, one thing I have to do is figure out the thickness. Well, look how thick this is here. So I want the N to be about the same. So I guess I would be going up somewhere around here. Maybe even a little thicker. You could measure it, right? If you were actual drawing. And then, of course, it should continue up here. Then for my shading, I need to draw a line from this point back to the vanishing point. But you can see it actually ends up going right here. And then you could shade all this. And same up here, from this point to the vanishing point. But it actually goes through right around there. And I'm struggling with this a little bit, but I don't think I shade that, do I? Let me clean this up and get rid of some lines. Alright, how'd I do? Time for you to leave YouTube comments about what I messed up on. Hopefully you get the idea. Again, I think I have the idea, but I'm not positive. It's ludicrous that I'm teaching this to you, but I have to admit, this is pretty cool. I'm actually motivated to try this some more. So I hope I haven't crushed your spirit if you're interested in this kind of stuff. And again, check out other YouTube videos. There's some good ones out there. Take care, everyone.